Lise Lézennec is the Scientific and Cultural Manager of Writers' Houses in the Historical Heritage Department of Besançon City Council. She is a graduate in French Literature, Art History and Museum Studies. Thank you, Lise.
Thank you. My English is not very good. I apologize. And I'm very happy to be here. Thank you, Dinah. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Gérard. So if you don't understand me, say me. So Victor Hugo was born on February 26, 1802, at 10:30 p.m. on the first floor of this building, located at 140 Grande-Rue in Besançon. Besançon is a nice city in eastern France, close to the Swiss border. The son of a soldier, Victor Hugo was born by chance in Besançon, and he only stayed there 6 weeks. He will never return to his hometown. From 1902, for the centenary of the birth of Victor Hugo, the city of Besançon wanted to buy his birthplace to turn it into a museum. The city of Besançon became the owner of this building in 1932, but the project of a museum couldn't be done for lack of money. Victor Hugo's birthplace became a museum in 2013, 10 years ago. Work has been carried out on the ground floor, first floor and basement of the building to make it a place to visit. What can we see in this house? At the risk of disappointing you, you won't see there Victor Hugo's cradle or his first baby nappies. Sorry. We don't know how this house was decorated at the time of Victor Hugo's birth, and no furniture or objects have been preserved. So the birthplace of Victor Hugo is an original museum which presents, thanks to a contemporary scenography, the struggles of Victor Hugo, a committed writer. This letter from Victor Hugo is a very important document for us at Besançon. Victor Hugo wrote it to thank the people of Besançon for the commemorative plaque placed on the facade of his birthplace in 1880. In this letter, Victor Hugo presents himself as a humanist, a stone on the road that is trodden by humanity, who has wanted all his life to reduce human suffering and make freedom grow. The message of this letter is the common thread of the tour of Victor Hugo's birthplace. So in French, you have the traduction on the right. Je remercie mes compatriotes avec une émotion profonde. Je suis une pierre de la route où marche l'humanité, mais c'est la bonne route. L'homme n'est le maître ni de sa vie, ni de sa mort. Il ne peut qu'offrir à ses concitoyens ses efforts pour diminuer la souffrance humaine et qu'offrir à Dieu sa foi invincible dans l'accroissement de la liberté. Victor Hugo. The Maison Victor Hugo in Besançon presents Victor Hugo's struggles for freedom, dignity and human rights, against poverty and social inequality, against the death penalty and oppression, for the rights of women and children. It's also a space for reflection on the legacy of these struggles today, thanks to 4 international partner organizations presented in the exhibition. Reporters Without Borders for press freedom, ATD Quart Monde for the fight against poverty, UNICEF for children's rights, and Amnesty International for human rights. As you see, texts, images, films, as well as objects lent by the libraries and municipal museums of Besançon are visible in this exhibition. The ground floor of the museum's permanent exhibition explores the links that Victor Hugo maintained with his native city. The staircase leading to the first floor connects the chronology of 19th century French history with significant events in Victor Hugo's life. The 4 rooms upstairs are themed. The first floor, here, is devoted to Victor Hugo's fight for freedom. In his literary and political career, Victor Hugo claimed the freedom to think, to create, and to express himself. His books were repeatedly censored, and he fervently defended freedom of the press. His opposition to Emperor Napoleon III led to his exile, which lasted 19 years, including 15 years in Guernesey. This is the second room. Victor Hugo was committed to the most disadvantaged, working to eradicate poverty and social inequalities. The novel Les Misérables is the most famous testimony to this. Women's rights were also a cause supported by Victor Hugo, a battle for equality between women and men that is still relevant today. And outraged by injustice, Victor Hugo was a passionate supporter of abolition of the death penalty. His writings inspired Robert Badinter, French Minister of Justice, who abolished the death penalty in France in 1981, and is the patron of Maison Victor Hugo at Besançon. The third room is Victor Hugo's birthplace. So there is no bed in this room, but the woodwork has been kept and the wallpaper in the alcove restored. This room presents Victor Hugo's fight for children's rights. The fourth room is devoted to Victor Hugo's fight for the freedom of people. Hugo defended the sovereignty of people all over the world. He supported the independence revolts of his time and the abolition of slavery. A supporter of peace, he pleaded for a United States of Europe and anticipated what would become the European Union in the 20th century. This room also features Victor Hugo's living room, with pieces of furniture from one of his apartments at the end of his life in Paris, bequeathed to the city of Besançon by his daughter-in-law, Alice Lecroix. Victor Hugo is famous all over the world. A small international library provides books by Victor Hugo in many languages: English, Chinese, Turkish, Spanish, etc. These books are donated by foreign students passing through Besançon. In the basement is a vaulted cellar used for the event program of the Maison Victor Hugo, meetings, exhibitions, shows and educational workshops around literature and civic engagement. For example, an exhibition in 2021, Neither Courtesan nor Housewife, Victor Hugo and Women's Rights. To celebrate the 10th anniversary of Maison Victor Hugo, A Victor Hugo Prize for Committed Photography was created this year in partnership with a photography festival in Besançon. A call for applications has been launched from professional photographers. The selection is in progress. And the winner will be exhibited at the Maison Victor Hugo from October to December 2023. This quick visit to Victor Hugo's birthplace is over, so come and discover it in Besançon. Ceux qui vivent, ce sont ceux qui luttent. Those who live are those who fight. Victor Hugo, the umpire in the pillory. Thank you.